Bhashya and the Brahma Sutra Bhashya. So please know this elementary stuff. As followers of Shankaracharya, we have to know that these are the scriptures that Adi Shankaracharya has written as Jagat Guru. It is good to have puja of Adi Shankara, Vaishakha Shukla Panchami is Adi Shankaracharya's Janmadinam. We celebrate Jayanti. Shankara Jayanti is Vaishakha Shukla Panchami. But that is not enough. We have to know the greatness of great people by what they have achieved through what they have done, through which they got the greatness. My Swamiji used to say, we have this reverential insensibility. That means we have reverence to people, but we don't have sensibility as to what they've actually created. It is time all of us understand the greatness of Shankara is in the scriptures. Greatness of Shankara is in the bhashyas, the commentaries, the clarifications. How using the Vedas as the pramanam. Please underline this statement. Only the Vedas are the pramanam for the ultimate truth. Vedas are the only way to ultimate bliss. Vedas are the only way to get ultimate supreme peace and happiness. No other way can give you, and has been proved wonderfully by our Adi Shankaracharya. For that, we have to take time out and study. And that's why Brahma Vidya Pariva has told, teach all this through this particular medium. So, you all understood? Can you, a couple of people at least acknowledge? You understand at least some extent the greatness of Adi Shankaracharya. Who is Adi Shankaracharya? And within the age of 32, and there's a lot of slokas and Shankara separately. We'll do Shankara Jayanti, we'll do. Then we'll celebrate Shankara in great full glory. Then you will know glory of Shankara. Here we don't have room for that. But please understand, without Adi Shankaracharya or Sanatana Dharma would not have existed, would not have survived. Adi Shankaracharya only reinstalled the entire method of what we do, Panchayatana Puja and different kinds of worships, and so many things are there. What Adi Shankaracharya has done to us as Sanatana Dharma Anuyayis, we call, is immeasurable, incomprehensible, uncomprehendable. And not a day should go without us remembering the great Adi Shankaracharya. And so please understand, Jagat Guru of Jagat Gurus, after Krishna Paramatma, it is only Adi Shankaracharya. So let us remember Shankara for a minute every day. It is said, Shambho Murtis Charati Bhuvane Shankaracharya Rupa. Write down this. Shambho Murtihi. The great Parameshwara's Dakshina Murti was silent, full tapas, and he could transmit the divine knowledge to all the four great Brahma Rishi, Brahma Jnanis just through silence. The same Dakshina Murti came down to earth. Shambho Murtihi Charati Bhuvane Shankaracharya Rupa. Same Mauna Vyakhya. Dakshina Murti came down and gave so many lectures, so many classes. If you go through Adi Shankara's his history and what he has done, Shankara Vijayam, if you read, every day it is said that he used to take 8 to 10 classes on Sutra Bhashya, Upanishad Bhashya. That's what he used to do. Only by teaching, only by knowledge. Please understand, knowledge is the path to attaining ultimate bliss. There's no other way. Nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. Tamevam vidvan amritaha iha bhavati. Tamevam vidvan. Vidvan means what? Only by knowledge. Amritaha. Amritaha means what? Immortality. Where? Iha bhavati. Here and now. We all chant, all Purushottam every day without knowing meaning. The meaning is Tam evam vidvan amritaha iha bhavati. Here and now you can attain that immortality only by knowledge. Vidwan. Please understand the word vidwan. So I have so many things to say, but I'll now move to the next sloka now. Okay. And people ask me to finish at least 3-4 slokas every class. From now on, I'll make sure I do at least 3-4 slokas. I will be moving a bit fast. And whoever wants to have other special lessons, maybe after the 1 hour we'll do. It's important we keep a pace with the subject. Okay. Now, Dhana madam, you can come on. We'll take the next sloka. Sloka number 6. Bhishmandrona tata jayadhrata jala gandhara nilotpala.
Bhishmadrona tata jayadratha jala gandhara nilotpala. Bhishmadrona tata jayadratha jala gandhara nilotpala.
Shalyangrahavati kripena bahani karnena velakula.
Shalyagrahavati krupena vahani karnena velakula. Shalyagrahavati krupena vahani karnena velakula.
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini.
Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini. Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini.
So Tirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha. Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha.
Very nice. All of you, please practice accordingly. Let's go with normal focus. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadratha Jala Gandhara Nilotphala Shalyangrahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhana Vartini Sotirna Khalu Pandavairananadi Kaivartakah Keshavaha. What is this sloka? Technically, what it should refer to? It should refer, the sixth sloka should refer to whom? Bhagavan. So what is the important word in this sloka? Keshavaha. Please understand, in this the important word is Keshavaha. Who is Keshavaha? Keshavaha is Sakshat Krishna Paramatma. For people doing Achamaniyam, what is the first name we call? Achyutaya Namaha, Ananta Namaha. After Keshava, Narayana, right? First name we start, no? Keshava, Keshavaha. Please understand. So here Bhagavan is compared to a great guide who is going to help us cross the ocean of samsara. There is a deep significance to this sloka. See, let me tell you, any sloka can be understood at superficial level, at intermediate level, at a very high level, the spiritual level, common sense level, dharmic level, and spiritual level. Depends on the depth of knowledge and how you are able to interpret and grasp will define how you understand a sloka. So put it verbally and very seemingly what you see, just on the glance of it, this is the meaning. What does it say? The overall meaning. It talks about Mahabharata as a battle river. A river in which battle is happening, and I'll give you the verbal meaning now. The battle river is constructed in a particular way, very imaginary, poetic. Poets always have great imagination. They'll make the unknown known, unseen seen, unexpressible expressible. That is the greatness of people like Kalidasa and all. What you may not imagine, they'll bring it to the guys. Okay. Now, that battle river with Bhishma and Drona as the bank. So the river has got to have two banks. The two banks of the battle river of Mahabharata are Bhishma and Drona. Jayadratha is compared to the waters of the river. And then the king of Gandhara, I'll give the interpretation later, king of Gandhara as the blue lotus. And Shalya is like a shark. That means what? There are so many impediments in the battle river of Mahabharata, which means what? Physically in Mahabharata, the Pandavas face a lot of obstructions, impediments, problems, challenges. It has been picturized as the battle river of Mahabharata. So people appreciate that in different ways. Many ways to express the great Mahabharata war. Here is the battle river. Shalya is a shark and Kripa is the current. Please understand, though Drona, Bhishma, Kripa were noble souls, they were fighting against the Pandavas. So they represent impediments to establishment of dharma. Victory of Pandavas, they are impediments. So Kripa is compared to the current river. And Karna is like the high waves, the waves that keep coming up and down. Suddenly they come and engulf you. Karna is compared to the waves. And Ashwathama and Vikarna are terrible crocodiles compared to crocodiles. So if you try to escape from the top and try to go down, crocodiles will eat you. So they say, no, caught between heaven and deep sea. Like that, you try to go up, somebody will catch you, and you try to go down, something else will consume you. So Vikarna Ashwatthama and Vikarna as terrible crocodiles. And finally, the Duryodhana character is compared to the whirlpool. If you escape from anything and everything, finally the whirlpool can just take you and consume you. Such was the difficulty faced by Pandavas to overcome all the hurdles, but they had one great Paramatma with them. Please understand. The great Paramatma, great Lord Krishna, helped the Pandavas cross this river of battle, Mahabharata. Mahabharata battle river was crossed by one and only person, Krishna Paramatma. He is called the ferryman. Look at the roles Bhagavan takes. Charioteer, ferryman, a person, Gitacharya, Gitopadesha he gave, a friend, a philosopher, guide to the Pandavas. So what is the message from this particular sloka? We are also caught in this world of samsara. We are thrown here and there from this bank to that bank. Philosophically, Drona and Bhishma represent the two banks, like the fate and free will, right? Some people say we are fatalistic. Everything happens according to fate. Some people say, I can achieve everything, free will. We don't know. But they are like the two corners of a river, right? And we try to sail through this life of samsara. And hopefully, if we surrender to Bhagavan Krishna through Guru and Shastra, please understand, through Shastram, through Guru to Bhagavan, you surrender to Krishna that you have to take me out of this samsara chakram, then Bhagavan will definitely help. He is the ferryman, he is the boatman, he is the guide, he is the philosopher, he is the friend who will take you across the ocean of samsara. And once you get that knowledge, I tell you, Anandam, Paramanandam is what you will experience here and now. There is a wonderful shloka which says, Janma dukkham, jara dukkham, jaya dukkham, punah punaha, samsara sagaram dukkham, tasma jagrata jagrata. Be aware, we have to do everything as we are born in this and family, everything we do, keep on doing. Do our duty to society, to family, to your friends, to office, to whatever you need to do. At the same time, be aware the ultimate goal of why we are born. We are not born only to do these things. We are born to achieve the ultimate goal, which is supreme peace and happiness here and now, and get rid of the samsara chakra once for all. And that is the Vedanta Marga, Chakkani Raja Margamu. He says a royal path, and everybody is welcome to Vedanta. All you need is earnest desire. How long am I going to go through this sine wave of happiness, sorrow, happiness, sorrow? It's not time I get the permanent peace, happiness. Get rid of the samsara chakra once for all. And that is the goal of Vedanta, goal of Bhagavad Gita, goal of Lord Krishna Paramatma is going to give us this great advice as part of Bhagavad Gita. Please understand, before even entering the scripture, you have to appreciate greatness of Paramatma, Lord Krishna, greatness of Bhagavad Gita Shastra. And that's why all these shlokas are meant for us to have the reverential attitude towards Bhagavad Gita. It is not very academic. It is not just chanting. It is knowing the meaning in depth and realizing the ultimate truth and knowing Bhagavan, real nature of Bhagavan and real nature of us. That is a summary. So now, coming to Pada-vibhaaga, Anvaya, all of you should know the Pada-vibhaaga methodology. So please understand, I'll go through fast. Bhishma Drona Tata, Jayadharta Jala, Gandhara Nilotpala, Shalyagrahavati, Kripena, Vahani, Karnena, Velakula, Ashpathama Vikarna Ghora Makara, Duryodhana Vartini, Saha Uttirna. See, only first place where you got a Pada-vibhaaga. Saha Uttirna, Sottirna, or sorry, Sa, it is a Trilinga. Sa Uttirna. Okay, Sa Uttirna, Khalu Pandavaihi, Rananadi, Kaivartakaha, Keshavaha. So, Pandavaihi, and then Pandavaihi should come. Okay, Pandavaihi, that Visarga will get eaten by Rakara. Pandavaihi, Rananadi, Kaivartakaha, Keshavaha, Sa Uttirna. Hopefully you got the Pada-vibhaaga. Now, what is the... Now, I also given you notes. Please look at the notes. All of you, look at the notes now for a minute, because notes are useful sometimes. Okay. So here a beautiful map has been put. What is map to what? So here, Sarananadi, Srilinga, Sarananadi. The Mahabharata battle is compared to a Rana. Rana means battle. Nadi means river. Battle river. Okay, just like you have got the battle that is happening in life, is the battle river. Sa Rananadi, the battle river, and internally you should say it is samsara, right? For us, applicability is just like Mahabharata is a war that was won by the Pandavas taking Krishna Paramatma's blessing. We are going to win this battle of samsara, also surrendering to Guru, Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavan, and win this samsara chakra. Go the samsara chakra. So, Sa Rananadi. The battle river of the Kurukshetra war of Mahabharata is compared to the Sa Rananadi, means that battle river Kurukshetra of Mahabharata. Then, what are the banks? Bhishma, Drona, Tata. Bhishma and Drona are the two banks. Tata means bank. So, if you try to go from one bank and say, I've reached the other shore and I've escaped, Drona will come. So, either way, you have to know how to manage. So, there is no escape. Only Bhagavan can help you escape. Rajaram, you understand, no? You thought I'm going from Bhishma and try to get away, Drona will come and attack. That means what? Fate and free will. So I will explain later or some other day in the special class we want. So you have to know how to manage the two extremes, the fate and the free will. Bhishma and Drona like the banks. Jayadratha Jala, Jayadratha, great, very, very powerful warrior. He's called Sindhu Raja, he's called Saindhava. You know all that Mahabharata, the episode with Abhimanyu. Please remember, very, very powerful person. Also, what he did during Pandavas were in forest. He tried to kidnap Draupadi, all those things. You remember the episodes. I can go on and on about Mahabharata and Bhagavatam, but here we are focusing on Bhagavad Gita. Sindhu Raja, Saindhava is otherwise from Jayadratha. He is like the powerful waters. Please understand. The depth cannot be fathomed. See, when you get into water, you don't know how much deep it is, right? Unless you go, unless you're a good swimmer, you'll not know the depth. Many of us go into water and just sink without knowing the depth of water. Jayadratha is like that. You will not know how deep his capability of fighting is. Jayadratha is like the waters whose depth cannot be fathomed. Then, Gandhara Nilotpala. So Gandhara is called the king of Gandha. Gandhara Desha is called Gandhara. And the two interpretations, one is Shakuni himself can be called, because the prince of Gandhara and his father was called Subala. Subala was the father of Shakuni. We can compare to both of them, no problem. Ultimately, these two people are very, very, very cunning people. In fact, Shakuni, you know, the most cunning person in Mahabharata. You know how he enticed Yudhishthira to give up dice and totally, finally make him give up everything that he had, right? So, let us take Shakuni as an example. Shakuni is compared to Nilotpala, a blue lily. See, in a water, if you know, the blue lily grows only in a very, very, marshy land. From the far, it looks very beautiful and attractive. As you go near and near, the marshy land will engulf you and totally catch you there, and you cannot escape. So, blue lily, what is there? When you look at it from the far, it looks very attractive. So, Shakuni will give only very attractive statements, like the way he gave to Yudhishthira. Somaji, correct? He gave all the attractive words to Yudhishthira to come and play the game of dice. Well, what happened? Pulled him into that nemesis. So, very, very cunning people. So, one has to be extremely smart to weave through the life of samsara. Please understand. In samsara chakra, you come across so many different kinds of people, correct? Scheming people. You find straightforward, not so straightforward, scheming people, people who speak nicely, but will be actually having a dagger at the back. So you should be very smart. Only ways, surrender to Bhagavan. He'll take care of everything. So very attractive lily, but can engulf you. Gandhara Nilotpala. Nila means blue. Nila Utpala. In that waters, what comes out of the water is called a lily, a blue lily. You can go and refer to internet if you want. Very lot of things about blue lilies there. It's an indication of deception. Very deceptive. It can deceive you. So don't get attracted by the so-called charms of the world. Later Bhagavan is going to say, what is very, very charming can be the cause of your sorrow also. All that is indicated here indirectly. In the life of what life you go through, samsara, be aware of so many other things that can take your mind away. Then, Shalya Grahavati, crocodile. So, Shalya is like the shark or the crocodile. Two interpretations, both are fine. So, if you try to go and say, let me go down and see whether I can take a rest from all the people, something will catch you. So, Shalya is another king. Is compared to the crocodile or the shark. He was the king of Madra Desha. And that's why Madri. Same place, but they took opposite camps. Okay. Then Kripena Vahani. Kripa. The great Kripacharya is compared to the current. Please understand, the current you will not know from outside. Superficially, water looks nice. Once you enter the water, then you know the current, right? How it is going to pull you in a direction. So Kripa is like that. Very silent at the top. But when you enter into war, he knows how to make you really sweat. So Kripa is like the current. Vahani means current. Karnena Vela Kula. Karna is like the high waves. See, Vela Kula. So Akula means turbulent, high. Suddenly it comes up and down. Vela means waves. Vela means waves. Akula. Vela plus Akula becomes Vela Kula. So Akula means the turbulent wave. So Karna can really change the war very quickly, very powerful. Actually, the greatest warrior among all the people. Unfortunately, he didn't have the right opportunity. You all know, right? So he can make a difference any point in time. So he's compared to the high waves. Sudden high waves will come and then beat people to extinction. So Karna is so powerful. Then if you escape from all these people, Ashwathama, Vikarna, Ghora, Makara. Ashwathama and Vikarna. Ashwathama, son of Drona. Vikarna, the youngest son of Duryodhana, youngest brother of Duryodhana, youngest son of Dhritarashtra, right? Youngest brother of Duryodhana. And those are all also like crocodiles or sharks. So many different impediments for Pandavas. Are you understanding? Naisimhaji, can you understand? For a minute, understand Rajasagarji. So for a moment, think about what all hurdles the Pandavas had to overcome to win the battle. So it's not easily done. It's not done until it is done. They say in US, no? It is not done until the ink is dried, right? You have to go through. That means what is Krishna Paramatma telling and what is the great Kavi telling to this? Life, there will be hurdles. Don't expect a smooth way, everything to go smoothly in life. Sir, why am I getting all these problems, sir? I am the chosen one to get all these problems. That person looks to be happy. You go and ask the person, he'll say, I also got problems. So everybody has got problems and different kinds of problems. Depending on karma, keeps on hitting us wave after wave. Only way is stick to religion, stick to spirituality, stick to Shastric study, stick to Guru, stick to Shastra, stick to Bhagavan. So only way that you can get rid of all these problems. It's all magnification that this great Kavi is doing, great Acharya is doing for us. So please understand, Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara. Ashwathama and Vikarna like the crocodiles. Terrible crocodiles. Ghora Makara. Ghora means terrible people. Okay. They won't care. You all know about Ashwathama. He doesn't care even if he's a fetus. You know, small child, he doesn't care. You know what he did, right? I won't repeat all those things. So they are all people of terrible deeds. They don't care about anything. Ashwathama, Vikarna, Ghora, Makara. Then if you escape from everybody, finally, Shalya was the king. Okay, I don't have so much time. Otherwise, I'll take Bhavaartha lesson separately. Okay. Duryodhana Vartini. Vartini is like a little pool. Somebody can help who is Shalya. Knowledgeable friends can help. Okay. Duryodhana. After you escape everybody, finally, you know Duryodhana escaped from everybody. Finally, he was underwater for a long time. He was trying to say, I'll survive. One day I'll attack these people. So you also inside the water. So Makara means crocodile. Okay. Okay. No problem. Okay. Crocodile, shark. See, they're all equivalent terms. In Sanskrit, there are normal terms. In English, you can compare it to crocodile or shark. Okay. Okay. Now fine. So Duryodhana Vartini. Duryodhana is like the whirlpool. And all these things. Now count all the people that has been listed now. Quickly, somebody can summarize. Who are the people? Bhavaartha battle war. We had Bhishma, Drona, Jayadratha, Shakuni, king of Gandhara, Shalya, Kripa, Karna, Ashwathama, Vikarna. Once again, 9. Some of these 9 is appearing again here. 9 examples are given. Okay. And what happened? What happened? Pandavas had one great Paramatma with them. That is enough. That means what? Numbers are not important. The greatness of the person which is important. Please understand. It's not a number game. So, Khalu. Khalu means indeed. Exclamatory mark. Khalu. So, was indeed this kind of battled river. So, you began with Sarananadi. That battled river. Connect now. That battled river. Khalu was indeed Uttirna. Crossed over. that battle river was indeed crossed over. So if you want to rearrange correctly, you can say, you can put all the characters separately. Saranadi khalu uttirna. That battle river was indeed crossed over by whom? Pandavaihi, by the Pandavas. By the Pandavas. And how did they do it? Keshavaha Kaivartakaha. Keshavaha. Masirka is required. Keshavaha. So, Prathama Ekvachana. Lord Krishna was the Kaivartakaha, was a ferryman. He knows how to take the boat beautifully. No, he knows how to take them through all the problems. And you know Bhaavartha, every person from Bhishma to Drona to Shalya to Jayadratha, how he got totally extinguished. You know how the sun was, intermediately mirage, was totally hidden, so that people thought sunset. And suddenly everybody put their arms down. Jayadratha appeared. One shot, then you know what happened, right? So please understand. Bhagavan is Sarva Antaryami, Sarvantaryami, Sarva Vyapakaha, Sarvajnaha, Sarvashaktaha. Bhagavan can do anything for us, provided we become his true bhakta. And true bhakta is through jnanam. True bhakta is not only through bhajana. Bhajana is very good. We mean intermediate bhajana, all that you do. But studying shastras and knowing Bhagavan is the true bhakta. It's called Uttama bhakta. Bhagavan will say, Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Senior students can put this reference sloka. Bhagavan says later, really, who is the real dearest to me? Bhagavan says, Jnani, a person who's understood through study Bhagavad Gita Shastra, Vedanta Shastra, who understand me is called a Jnani. Bhagavan says, Jnani tu atmaiva me matam. Bhagavan says, no difference between Jnani and me. He's the dearest to me, is what Bhagavan says. The greatest Jnani is greatest Bhakta. If you want to lay claims to be a great Bhakta, study Vedanta Shastra systematically. Open the book and study. Just by listening, you will not get anything. Just by touching, you will not get anything. You have to open the book, read, understand, internalize, own it, and live life like that. Then only it will be applicable. Mere hearing will not help. Clear? I'll go to the next sloka now. Sloka number 7. Are we clear? Can a few people say you are clear so that I am moving fast based on popular demand? Yes? Okay. Please use the chat box. 5 people say yes, I will move forward. Any questions, keep it for later, after the class. I'll do a 10-minute Q&A session. Sloka number 7. Parasharya vachas sarojam amalam Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Parasharya vachas sarojam amalam Gitartha gandhotkatam. Parasharya vachas sarojam amalam Gitartha gandhotkatam.
Nanakhyanaka kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam.
Nanakhyanaka kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam. Nanakhyanaka kesaram harikatha sambodhana bodhitam.
Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda.
Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda. Loke sajjana shatpadairaharaha pepiyamanam muda.
Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimala pradhamsina shreyase.
Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimala pradhamsina shreyase. Bhuyat bharata pankajam kalimala pradhamsina shreyase.
So, very nice, very nice. Okay, now, all of you. So, what should 7th sloka correspond to? As per the triad, the 7th sloka should correspond to Shastra. So, this sloka corresponds to Mahabharata. Correct, Vandanaji, very good. Be studious. 1 hour, pay attention. Open the book here and close the book here. My Guruji used to say, for busy people, come to the class, open the book here, pay attention, 1 hour, undivided attention, and close the book here itself. Don't need to revise also. What Bala Natarajan? What is correct, no? Focus here, all you switched on cameras, okay? Very good. Now, so the 7th shloka has to be a Shastra and is Mahabharata Shastra. Please understand. Bhagavad Gita cannot happen in Mahabharata. Mahabharata is called Panchamo Vedaha, Bharatam Panchamo Vedaha. Lot of things to tell about Mahabharata, but I only want to summarize to the extent that this shloka is mentioning. So, so what is the prayer here? The prayer here is, let the overall Mahabharata itself give us a lot of blessings. Part of that, let Bhagavad Gita Shastra be our only goal. Different people have different interpretations. Vinod sir, some people say, please don't study Mahabharata at home. Some Shastra, because they say it's all about war, and so at home it will become Mahabharata unnecessarily. So it is always advised to study Gita Shastra than Mahabharata. But since Gita Shastra happens to be part of Mahabharata, we also have to do Namaskara. Perivaruk pannidi chinnvaruk pandra mari, just do Namaskara to Mahabharata and focus on Bhagavad Gita Shastra. Kumarji, correct? So andha mari, now you see the meaning is like this: may the pure lotus of Mahabharata. So Mahabharata is compared to a lotus. Ellame lotus ta. You look at all of Bhagavan. Saraswati is sitting on a lotus. Lakshmi on lotus. You know why? Lotus represents that principle which doesn't get attached to the source. Current comes from water, but if you take a lotus leaf and then shake it, the water will drip off. So how to live a life unattached, attached, unattached? They keep saying, no, dependent, independent, attached. They all use those glorious terms, but how to practice only by studying Bhagavad Gita. Can use all glorious terms, but study Gita, only understand detached, attachment. Okay. So Mahabharata is compared to lotus, and for lotus to be born, please understand water is required, droplets are required. And so what is happening is the lake, the lake that is the source of the lotus is compared to the words of Vedavyasa. Please understand, there can be no greater Acharya than Vedavyasa. We already discussed earlier, right? Vedavyasa has basically done greatest, I don't know what to say. No words can express our thanks to Vedavyasa Acharya. He has divided the Vedas into 4 because we don't have knowledge to study all the Vedas in this life. Kali Yuga is so powerful. Our mind is not, intellect is so weak. So Vedavyasa Acharya, the great Bhagavan Vyasa, because Acharya refers to Vyasa as Bhagavan Badarayanaha, Bhagavan Vedavyasa in all the Bhashyas. That is the kind of reverence we have Vedavyasa. Chaturmasam is done praying to Vedavyasa. The Vyasa Purnima is done every Purnami to be dedicated to Vedavyasa. Please understand. And Guru means Vedavyasa. Please understand. Don't go to all Asampradaya Gurus. Guru means Vedavyasa. Guru means Adi Shankaracharya. Guru means our Guru Parampara, our Acharya. Please stick to it. Don't deviate. The more you deviate, more you go to other ways, more your energy and power is going to be dissipated. Focus on Sampradaya. Focus on the real Guru Parampara. So Mahabharata is compared to the pure lotus born out of the lake, compared to the words of Vedavyasa. So how many water droplets are there in a lake? Vinodji, can you count the number of droplets in the lake? Immeasurable, right? Like that, the number of scriptures written by Vedavyasa is infinite. Correct? Equal and infinite. What? 4 Vedas division, 18 Puranas, 18 Upapuranas, Mahabharatam, Bhagavatam, then Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita itself, the Brahma Sutra. Once you go to Brahma Sutra, you will know the greatest of our great Vedavyasa Acharya. Every sutra, it's Athato, Brahma Jignasa, Janma, this, two words has got so much power in it. What thought Vedavyasa had to put those two words in that? Only Adi Shankaracharya can discover. That's why we say always study Shastras to Vyasacharya and Adi Shankaracharya through systematic study, traditional teaching. Don't go in Kannada. My guru says, Adda Didi Madvedi. He used to say, don't go in haphazard way. There is no shortcut. There is no one course. Suddenly, no inner engineering you do. Some course you take, nothing will give. Proper systematic study only will give you success. So stick to Vedavyasa Acharya, stick to Adi Shankaracharya, stick to Guru, stick to Shastras. So words of Vedavyasa are like the waters of the lake. Then what? This lotus, see, any flower, the key is the wonderful fragrance that it brings. So the beautiful fragrance that is there in the lotus, see, Mahabharata is the lotus. What is the fragrance? The fragrance is Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is the fragrance. So Mahabharata can have so many things. But why do you buy a flower? Will you what is the reason? Plastic flower and a natural flower. Somebody can highlight Lakshmi. Why don't people only plastic flowers? Why do they buy all these wonderful, Malli, Mullai, all those things you buy? Special fragrance it gives, right? So the greatness of Mahabharata is in the fragrance of Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is compared to the fragrance of the beautiful lotus, Mahabharata. And also poetically, a lotus or any flower has got a lot of what is called as filaments. You know, botany, filaments and all those things are there. No, Mahabharata is called 18 parvas. And each parva has got upaparva. Each one has got its own wonderful methodology of giving some kind of message to us. But all are stuck to the same flower. So from same Mahabharata sticking to it, so many different episodes come in different ways. And each of Upanyasa, to their limited knowledge, to whatever they know, what they do, these filaments, like episodes from the Mahabharata, are expanded by the Harikatha exponents in various stories. They will say some part of Vidura Niti, they will take and explain. The Moksha Dharma Shastra, they will take and explain. They will take Virata Parva and explain. They will take some other, Yuddha Parva and explain. So, different people to the extent they know, they will explain, and everything is very entertaining. So, if you want entertainment, the Mahabharata serial was there, I remember, right? Some time back. In the TV also they put very entertaining serial, people were watching it. So, it keeps you at least engaged in at least one thought. And what is the message of Mahabharata? See, Mahabharata is called Itihasa. In our Shastras, Srimad Ramayana, Valmiki Srimad Ramayana and Mahabharata called Itihasa. Please understand. Iti means this way, in this way. Ha, her represents exclamatory. Really? Asa. Asa means happened. Itihasa means something that happened. There can be some small variations. So, Kambara will be different, Valmiki will be different, then Ramacharita or Tulsi will be different. There may be some variations, but the fundamental key events cannot be changed. Mahabharata key events cannot be changed. So, it happened. So, as Sanatana Dharma Anuyayis, you have to accept that Mahabharata and Ramayana are true. One day I can have a different scientific discussion for all our youngsters and intellectual people. Why? They'll start questioning, why should I believe Mahabharata? Why should I believe Ramayana? They are truth. And there is enough proof to say why it happened, how it happened. It's only our limited intellect says that all this questioning is welcome. Please understand, our Shastras allow you to question. But question after understanding. Don't question without even entering. The outside, don't question. Get into it and then question. So please understand, Itihasa. So Ramayana, Mahabharata, Itihasa. So through this, they explain all the Harikatha exponents, explain different aspects of Mahabharata and beautiful stories. And what is happening is wonderfully experienced. Drunk is what our Acharya here says. Drunk means wonderfully experienced by all the bhaktas, day after day. In those days, my mother, my grandmother used to say, all they had is after the evening 6 o'clock, in some place, one upanyasam will happen, all people will gather, some great Harikatha exponent will give all the wonderful stories. You'll all listen to it, feel very satisfied, come back home, energized. Next day you start the activity. Every day listening to these Harikathas, listening to stories of Bhagavan, is what was making us enriched. They may not have known Vedanta Tattva, they may not have known all these things, but they live a life of Dharma. Let me tell you. Today we are filled only with this mobile, this TV, all I don't want to use the word, but please tell your children, you yourself, get out of all these things, focus on studying our scriptures, listening to great, all this wonderful Niti Kathas, Moksha Dharma Shastra, Vidura Niti, no parallel. Let me tell you that. And they build values. Unless you build values, you are no human being. Let me tell you that. So, and what is the final message of all, whether it is all the Itihasas and Puranas? Dharmo rakshati rakshitaha. Periyal used to say repeatedly. You follow Dharma, Dharma will protect you. You be on the truth, it will protect you. You do punya, you'll be happy. You do papa, you will get dukkham. Equation is very clear. Punyam is equal to sukham. Papam is equal to dukkham. Punyena phalam icchanti, punyam nechanti manavaha. Papena phalam nechanti, papam kurvanti yatnataha. Somebody write this and explain. I don't have time. It says people like to get punya. The benefit of punya is sukham. But we don't have time to do punya karma, sandhyavandanam, or anushtanam, our daily puja, nitya puja, japa. We don't have time, but we want happiness. How will you get happiness? What happiness will be ephemeral. Some money, some position you will get by purvajana samskara. If you want everlasting happiness, invest on punyam, dharmam. Papena phalam nechanti. We don't want the result of papa karma, which is dukkham. Papam kurvanti yatnataha. Every minute we are doing papa karma, telling lies, cheating, that, this, seeing unwanted things, hearing unwanted things, speaking unwanted things. The teen bandar we used to have in our, in our Navaratri, that Golu. What did it say? Earlier we had the teen bandar, no? 3 monkeys. Don't see evil, don't hear evil, and don't speak evil. Today it's not even there in Navaratri, Bombay. So that's why we also have forgotten it. Please remember all those. That is very important. See, I'll tell you, I keep repeating, I told some other class. Great people don't do earth-shattering things, earth-shaking things. They do simple things correctly, systematically, consistently for the entire life. Do simple things consistently, correctly. That is enough. You don't need to stand upside down. Don't need to walk on hand and all those things. Don't need to walk on water. Nobody can walk nowadays in this present Kali Yuga. Don't try all those things. Do simple things our rishis have told us to do. System. If you don't know what rishis told, come to our class. We'll tell you what all to do from morning to night. Very simple. You can do all other activities. You can do office work, family work, cooking work, buying groceries, buying car, bungalow. You can do everything. Also live a very, very good religious, spiritual life, provided you know how to maximize your time and be efficient. Okay, fine. So, this story is told by all these Harikatha experiments to various people. They are like the bees. Just like the bees come to the flower to suck the beautiful sweetness there to convert to honey, the bhaktas go and listen to all the exponents in various aspects of Bhavaartha. And what you do, the bee extracts the so-called whatever the sweetness or whatever it comes from the flowers, but it converts that into honey. Honey doesn't come from the flower, please understand. Honey is the conversion the bee does. Similarly, as bees, we are the bees. We have to collect the information from Bhagavad Gita, from the various episodes, Moksha Dhamma Shastra, Viduraniti, and convert that into nectar or honey in our mind. The nectar of Amritam should be established in our mind. And so this great Acharya is imploring us, please study the Gita, please study the Shastras properly. Noble people in the world. And that nectar, when you have in the mind, is the only way you can get rid of the impurities of Kali Yuga. Impurities of Kali Yuga can be got rid of only by constant Shravanam, Mananam, Nididhyasanam. Constant listening to all these good things. Our mind is already getting too much polluted in so many things. The internet, the mobile, the exposure is so high. Kalau kalmasha chittanam, papa drabyopa jivinam, vidhikriya vihinanam, gatir govinda kirtanam. Somebody said, at least start somewhere. At least start with gatir govinda kirtanam. But unfortunately, people remain only at Govinda Kirtanam. You have to go Govinda Kirtanam like LKG class. Doing Nama Sankirtan Japam is like only, Nama Sankirtan and all this, chanting is, you have to go further ahead, study the Shastras, understand. That's when the mind will totally be insulated from the bad things in the world. You have to develop insulation. In a current wire, there is an insulator, right? If a wire is there, live wire, Kumar sir, your engineer, right? When you touch a wire which is live, it will give you a shock. When you have an insulator on top, it won't give you a shock, right? Your mind should be insulated from vagaries of this life and wrong things of life. Only by Jnanam it is possible. So imploration is, please focus on Jnanam. Now, Pada-vibhaaga is, we'll do now quickly. I'll do Anvaya itself. Say, Pada-vibhaaga first, no. Okay, Parasharya Vachaha, Sarojam, Amalam, Gitartha Gandhotkatam, Nanakyanaka Kesaram, Harikatha. Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam, one word. Harikatha Sambodhana Bodhitam. Loke Sajjana Shatpadaihi. Ahaha, ahaha, aharaha. Aharaha is one word. Ahaha plus aharaha. Okay. Loke Sajjana Shatpadaihi. Aharaha. Pepiyamanam Muda. Bhuyat. Bharata Pankajam. Kalimala Pradham. Kalimala Pradhamsi is one word. Kalimala Pradhamsi Naha Shreyase. Naha means us. Naha means us. Okay. Now, Anvaya. Amalam Bharata Pankajam. Please understand. Amalam, Nirmalam. Pure. Malam means impurity. Amalam means pure. May the pure what? Bharata Pankajam. Pankajam means lotus. Panke Janitva, that which is born. Pankajam means born. Pankajam means anybody's got Pankajam, the name, your name is lotus. Please understand. Very nice name. Pankaja, they keep, no? Pankajam. So, Amalam Bharata Pankajam. May the pure lotus of Bhavaartha. What is that? Parasharya Vachaha Sarojam. Parasharya Vachaha. Vachaha means words. This was born in the lake of the words of Vedavyasa. So the Mahabharata, pure lotus, was born through the wonderful words of Vedavyasa compared to the lake. Then, in that, what is the real essence? Gitartha Gandha Utkatam. I'm doing Sandhi Vibhaga here so that you all understand. Gandha plus Utkatam is Gandhotkatam. That is Guna Sandhi, they say. Gitartha Gandhotkatam. So, Gitartha, please, the Acharya is very clear here. Only chanting Gita is good, but Gitartham you should understand. Gita Shastra Artham. So please understand the word. For serious students, understand Gitartha. It is not Gita Gandhotkatam. Gitartha Gandhotkatam, the real fragrance of Mahabharata, the Gita Shastra's meaning. Only when you understand the meaning in detail, and more you revel on the meaning, you will say, aha, there's nothing else required in life other than Gita Shastra. Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam. It's enough for me. One Shastra is enough, through which I learn everything, including Sanskrit. I'm telling you, I'm a Sanskrit expert by studying Bhagavad Gita Shastra. Gitartha Gandha Utkatam, Gandhotkatam, rich with the fragrance of the import of the Bhagavad Gita. The meaning of Bhagavad Gita is important. Chanting is important, more important on the scale of 1:1000. 10,000 is knowing the meaning. Like this, you take Pada-vibhaaga, Anvaya, know the meaning, get all the other information, know Shastras, know Dharmam, know Bhashitas. That is the way to learn Gita Shastra. Gitartha Gandhotkatam. And then what? Nanakyanaka Kesaram. Just got many episodes as its filaments. Kesaram. Kesaram means different filaments. I hope you know botany, elementary botany. Pigment, all those, please go and refer to elementary, or your children, you can sit down and ask them what is filament, what is pigment, they'll tell you. Okay, now that is different filaments, or like the different episodes of the Mahabharata, part of a stamen, they say, stamen, and all those kind of stuff, right? Fine. Now, then what is this Harikatha Sambhodhana Bodhitam? This Harikatha, Harikatha is Harikatha. The story of Hari is Harikatha. So, Harikatha, this is expanded to the narration of Hari stories. Everywhere, Bhagavan is there. In Mahabharata, somewhere in the divine, the divine hand of Bhagavan is there in some part of, in every part of Mahabharata. So, you will remember Hari, whenever Hari Bol, you remember Hari, wherever you study Bhagavatartha. So, this Harikatha, the great experience of Harikatha, they keep on giving the stories. First, listen to stories, develop Punya Samskaram, then come to Gita. So, expanded to the narration of Hari stories. In Paravas, I told you, all the stories about a lot of import. Niti is there, Dharmam is there, Shastram is there, way of life is there, Jnanam is there, Moksha Dharma is all about Jnanam. If you go to that particular section, okay. Aharaha, day after day, ahaha, ahaha. Ahaha has got two words. Aha, ahaha in Sanskrit is day. Aharaha means aharahar garbhandadhate. Surya Namaskara Mantram says, Aruna Prashnam. Beautiful meaning. Aharahar garbhandadhate. Aharaha pepiyamanam. Pepiyamanam is always drunk. Pibati means drinking. Pepiyamanam, always drunk day after day. How? Buddha, joyously. How? Who are the people? Sajjana Shatpadaihi. Shatpadaihi means an insect with 6 legs, like a bee. Okay. Shatpadaihi is a bee. Sajjanaha. The good people are being compared to the bees. The bees go in search of the flowers to extract whatever the essence to convert to honey. If you are a good person, you will go to Mahabharata, you will go to Bhagavad Gita, you will go to Vedanta Shastra, you will go to Upanishads. That means who don't come to Bhagavad Gita, I don't need to say what category they belong to. Okay, Sajjanaha, are understanding, Srivida madam? Indirect meaning irke. That's all. It will be sharp. Viloji, you understand, no? Sajjanaha are compared to the bees. That means what? Bees who go in search of the Niti, and the Shastra, Dharma that is there in the Shastras. So your choice is yours. You want to be called Sajjanaha or Durjanaha? Sajjana opposite of Durjanaha. Durjana Sajjano Bhuya, Sajjana Shanti Ma Priyat. Wonderful sloka is there. Guru gada padichamna ayataranda sloganda. The Sudha madam. Any word you say will be a sloka subhashita. I don't have time. 1 hour time is what you got. People have pushed me to do also 3-4 slokas. I'm going to rush. Okay. So Sajjana Shatpadaihi. So by the bees are compared to the noble people. Loke in this world. There are people, good people are there. That's why still rains are coming. Still rice is growing. There are a lot of good people. So let us increase the number of good people. Let more people join Bhagavad Gita and study properly, systematically like this. So these are noble people, loke in this world. And that is the only way. Kalimala pradhamsi. The impact of Kali is very, very high. The intellect is poor. Diversions are high. So, Ananta Shastram Bahuvejitavyam Alpascha Kalam Bhavascha Vijnaha. It's Sarabhutam Tadupasitavyam Hamso Yatha Kshiram Imama Vishram. Time is very limited. Whatever those the impediments are very high to study, because you want to study Gita Shastra, something else comes, some problem comes. So you got very limited time, so much to study, very limited time. In that, lot of impediments. So please take the essence, the Gita Shastra, and study. So bhuyat naha shreyase. Let this be for our supreme good. Study of Gita Shastra as part of Bhagavad, let it give us supreme good. So once again, I am going to tell the Anvaya quickly and the English meaning. Amalam Bharata Pankajam Parasharya Pachaha Sarojam Gitartha Gandhotkatam Nana Khyana Kesaram Harikata Sambodhana Bodhitam Aharaha Pepiyamanam Muda Sajjana Shatpadaihi Loke Kalimala Pradbhamsi Bhuyat Nahashreyase. I have to go. Please go back to recording and listen. English meaning. May the pure lotus of Mahabharata, which was born in the lake of the words of Vedavyasa, the great Acharya, which is rich with the fragrance of the import or the meaning of the Bhagavad Gita Shastra, which has got, Mahabharata has got many episodes as its filaments, and which is expanded through the narration of the stories of Hari, through Harikatha exponents. Is always drunk day after day, joyously. You should enjoy, please understand. Don't force yourself to spirituality or religion. You should enjoy that. So joyously drunk by the noble people compared to the beasts, Shatpadaihi, Loke in this world. And this is the only way which is the destroyer of the impurities of Kali Yuga. And let all this be for our supreme good. Net, what is the takeaway? As they ask, corporate language, Sarita Pillai madam, net takeaway is study Gita Shastra systematically, continuously, for a significant period of time, till you establish yourself in supreme truth and happiness. That is the goal of our Shastras. Clear? Shall we go to the next one? Sloka number 8. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim.
Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim.
Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam.
Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam.
Okay, thank you very much. Let's stand together. Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayate girim. Yat kripa tamaham vande paramananda madhavam. I'm looking at the clock continuously. I want to keep up the time and make sure I close on time. What is this sloka? Once again, sloka number 8 should be what? Guru. Correct? Guru. Okay. Now, where is the Guru here? Paramanandam. Madhavam Paramanandam. Please understand, the Paramanandam can come only by Jnanam. And Bhagavan as Guru. Bhagavan now doubles up. The last triad is a speciality. The last triad, the first sloka is Shastram. The second sloka is Guru and Bhagavan together. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha. Don't forget. And what does the Guru, who has become Bhagavan, where does the Guru lead us to? Parambrahma Tattvam. So Yam Brahma is the Parambrahma Tattvam, which I thought we will reach today. In the introduction today, we had given how to know Bhagavan as Paramatma, Parambrahma Tattvam. So we couldn't come there. But please understand, the third triad, the second sloka combines both Guru and Bhagavan. So the Guru Bhagavan will take us to Parambrahma Tattvam, beyond the God with form. Pure consciousness, what will you be led to finally. Quick summary and we'll close the class. I think time is up. What is the summary? Sloka says, I salute Lord Krishna, who is Supreme Ananda Swarupam. Please understand, Bhagavan is Supreme Ananda Swarupam. Please tell your children, don't tell your children that Bhagavan is there, he will please, he will give you punishment. See, that is okay, but Bhagavan is the greatest friend, philosopher, guide, is always there to help us. You have a right attitude to Bhagavan. Is the nature of happiness. Okay. Satchidananda Rupam Yat Vishnoho Paramam Padam Yat Prapte Samarabdhaha Veda Khanda Trayatmika. So that Satchidananda Rupam is Bhagavan. pure Anandam, pure bliss. Please understand, Bhagavan is pure bliss. And whose grace, what is the grace of Bhagavan? Makes even dumb to speak. A dumb person can speak with supreme faith to Bhagavan. You've got bhakti to Bhagavan, dumb can speak. And a crippled person can cross a mountain. You know, there was some time back, there was a crippled person from India, a lady. I think the name was something like, Arunima Sinha, I think in 2000, I think 12, 13 or some year. She climbed the Mount Everest, right? So, Mukam karoti vachalam pangum langhayete girim yet kripa tamaham mande. The kripa, that grace of Bhagavan, only when you submit to Bhagavan. Paramananda Madham, that's the nature, supreme bliss is Bhagavan. And so what does it mean? Make sure we submit to Bhagavan and we study the Shastra. Bhagavan himself has come down to earth and said, study the Gita Shastra. I'm repeating nth time. Lot of apapracharam and wrong notion is that if you say Bhagavan, it's important. You do that. But Bhagavan himself has come down. Please understand, I'll leave you this takeaway. If Arjuna was under deep confusion, we're going to start first chapter next class, had said this problem to Bhagavan, and Bhagavan would have turned around and just touched Arjuna's head and said, hey Arjuna, you got Jnanam, now you got Jnanam, you are relieved, you have become supreme Anandam. He could have done that, right? What Srividya came, madam, correct? What did Bhagavan do? Slokha after slokha, chapter after chapter. You didn't understand like this, I will teach you. Karma yoga, jnana karma sannyasa yoga, karma sannyasa yoga, dhyana yoga, dhyana vijnana yoga, akshara brahma yoga, raja vidya. Why? The layer of ignorance has to be removed and the knowledge should come to us. Please understand. Knowledge is power, knowledge is transformation, knowledge is truth. So you have to study Shastras and that is important. Okay? And stop here. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shantihi. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om Tatsade. Krishna 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 Krishna. Chant, no? Krishna 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 Krishna. Our own Krishna, no, nothing. Don't be hesitant. Chant Ramanama, chant Krishna's name. That's the only way to get out of this Kali Yuga. Prabhava. Okay. So any questions are there? I will take for 10 minutes and then we can close. Any coordinator is there to coordinate the questions? I will. I got a bad throat.
Arunaji, please ask your question.
Unmute yourself, please.
Please unmute yourself.
Namaskaram, Guruji. Guruji, I know a lot of people have asked for more shlokas in one class, but I really enjoyed the last class much better because I was able to understand it. Today, it was so much of a rush that
I tell you, I understand. You please get a consensus. Different people say different things. See, I studied Gita for 35 years. I want to bring all that knowledge into this course, but many people asking, do more shlokas. You please take a poll, do something and come back to me with one clear methodology of what you want. I can do either way. I can do 5 shlokas, 10 shlokas every day. But then you all please tell me what you want finally.
I was wondering, Guruji, because there seems to be division. Some people are like me who want to understand it properly, take our own time, and some who want to go fast because their levels of understanding is probably much higher than I have. Can we separate the class for people like us who want to go slow?
So now we're putting tax me more. I'm doing everything myself at home. You want me to do so many more things. Why don't we do? Whoever is present right now, why don't you just put your quick viewpoint? We'll collect all the 308 participants. You tell me. I wish you could do a poll. I asked my coordinators to do a poll. Can you do a poll saying that you want fast, slow, just right? You please tell. You put in your thing itself. You want at the same pace like the previous class, or fast like this class, or slow? You please put. Okay. You want a minimum of 2-3 slokas, 3 slokas every class. You tell me that also. For me. It is you have to learn. See, by God's grace, what we have to learn, we have already learned. We have nothing more to expect in life. I keep
Guruji,
saying it is a bonus for us. Okay, tell me.
Guruji, universally, it is go slower. I mean, I'm looking at the stream of the comments and there's not even a single go fast.
So today was very fast. Today is very
Yes,
fast. Correct, no?
Guruji.
Eh?
Very fast, Guruji. I have to
So
go
no,
through.
you know what is fast mean, you know. That's why I want to give you one jhalak of what is fast mean, right?
Even last time also I asked for slow. I really enjoyed last time's class. Today I'll have to go today's class at least every day. I'll be replaying the recordings and listening to
But
it.
I'll tell you one thing. Nobody explains Dhyana Shloka in such great detail. You go and listen to 30 years before and now also. And you know, see, there's so much of depth in every shloka. One has to sit down. The patience should be there. Unfortunately, our present generation is very impatient. They want everything just like that. Within no time, within 1 hour, I want to become moksha. How can you get? Not possible. You have to see, for everything you spend quality time. For even buying one saree, people go and search for 1 hour to collect one saree, one design, one color, right? I don't go to shop. I'm just telling you. And for some time, I have to stand outside. My mother is somebody's buying. I have to stand outside that to go and select something. But you see, for everything we got time. For Shastra, we don't have time. When it comes to Shastra, there is selective amnesia. There is intellectual bankruptcy, I call. We don't even want to sit and study properly. What to do? You get what you invest, right? So you all tell me together what you want. Then I will do accordingly. I have no problems. I am here for only to teach whatever I have learned. I am willing to do it for n number of years, but you have to be willing to give the time, and that's all. Okay. Aruna,
We are
madam, is
very
okay?
grateful. We are very grateful to you, Guruji. You're explaining things so beautifully. Well, thank you very much.
Okay. Now, anyway, as an exception, what I do is whoever has got any questions, I know I purposely ran a bit fast in this. Let me do 100 dash once. Let not be a marathon every time. So anybody has got any questions you didn't understand properly in this class, you please put those questions, and then we will try and answer them separately at a leisurely pace. Okay, thank you. Hari Om. Okay.
Aditya, please ask your question.
Aditya,
Unmute yourself. Yep, thank you. Oh, again, please unmute.
Namaskaram, Guruji. So
Hari Om, Hari Om. Tell me, my friend, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are
you?
you?
Okay. Good. Tell me.
So you said that the Gita was the blueprint to lives.
Okay.
So then why doesn't God just make us live our lives how He wants us to live it? Why does He just give us the blueprint and leave it at that?
Oh, okay. So can you repeat your question again? Why doesn't the Lord?
Why doesn't the God just give the blueprint to the lives? Why doesn't He just provide extra support and make us live it how He wants us to live? Like live with bhakti, devotion. Why doesn't He just make us devoted?
Oh, wonderful. Very good question. So can you just mute yourself? I'll give the answer. Okay. Now, so part of the answer is in your question itself. If you believe that Bhagavan knows everything, first of all, you can answer by chat, because or you can put it unmute and say also. Do you first of all believe that Bhagavan knows everything or not? Yes or no? Yes, correct. You put the answer. Put the answer in the chat box. Okay. Yes. Okay. Yes. Fine. Now, if Bhagavan knows everything, he would have known even the solution that you are presenting. Correct. One of the variation of the solution, instead of being a manual, why doesn't Bhagavan go inside everybody and convert everybody to a dharmic person, a bhakta, a jnani? Correct. That is your question, right? So first answer is, the answer can give you 3 levels. The first level answer is Bhagavan would know the answer. If that was the answer that you had thought is the right answer, Bhagavan would have done it, because he knows that, right? The creator of everybody, everything, he would have known that. The very fact he didn't do that means there's a reason for that. Correct? Correct, no? So now we have to understand why Bhagavan didn't convert everybody into whatever you call by magic, into bhakta or jnani or no dharmic person, right? Now I'll tell you. Somebody used the analogy of AI and machine language programming that comes the latest technology, right? Earlier they used to refer to manuals and correct the code as and bugs come. No, I've been in software industry. You know how people do that, right? Today it's all AI programming, so self corrections happen. The robotic language learns by itself and keeps on correcting. So maybe Bhagavan should have done like that. Is our interpretation. Knowing some AI and robotics, Bhagavan knows more than what is robotics in the future. What is going to happen? Future perfect is Bhagavan. So please understand, If it is simply like a machine where things can be corrected and changed, it is easy because the machine doesn't have what is called as ego. Write down the word ego. So the machine will accept. It's called jadam in Sanskrit. Jadam means what? Inanimate. Whatever you push, for example, this pen is there. Okay. If I break it, it will accept. It will not say, don't break me. It won't say that, correct? Okay. If somebody tries to come and injure you or something, you'll either say, don't injure me, okay, or I will run away, correct? You will react, correct? As a human being who are bestowed with consciousness, ability to think, ability to react to emotions, surroundings, knowledge, which Bhagavan has given us as our faculty called Antakaranam, Viveka Shakti, as Venkataraman is saying, we are people who will react to situations, and we also have our own strong likes and dislikes. Please understand. Humans are subjected to strong likes and dislikes, and we decide what we want, what we don't want. Now you tell me, I'm going to put a tough question to you. You always listen to your parents, what they say? 100 of 100 you get from your parents. Whatever they say, 100% you listen to them. Do you listen to them? Not you, anybody. Like, it doesn't happen. Let's be frank about it. None of us are going to listen 100% to either our guru or to our teachers or anybody, correct? Why? Because we think sometimes, correct, Rutvij, very good, right? Father has come. Okay, yes or no? Am I right or wrong? 100%
I wanted to know the answer myself. So
the question was, do the children listen to father 100% always? They don't listen, right? Because yes or no? Be frank. No, in spirituality, you be frank. You won't get answers, correct?
Yeah.
So,
no.
but we all know that our parents always wish well for us, correct? When our parents say something, it's always for our good. So when we know that our parents always wish well for us, put on mute. So even then we choose to go the way that we want to go. We take our independent decision. We'll say, Father, you're wrong. Mr. Father, you're wrong. Dad, you're wrong. Mom, you're wrong. I'll do it my way. So in front of your eyes, when somebody elder and so respectful is giving us advice, we don't want to listen because we got on people. So Bhagavan actually is saying, this answer Bhagavan is giving to you. See, Bhagavan is Bhagavan, supreme, right? If he tells us something or makes us to behave in a particular way, the question you asked, automatic transformation to Bhakti and Jnani and all those things, if he tries to do that, if we don't accept it, it is disregarding Bhagavan, correct? Because I have got my own ego, I got my own likes and dislikes. I may choose to accept or reject it, correct? So Bhagavan is also very careful. Bhagavan is saying, you ask for it and I will give you. You come and ask for it. You come and ask for being a bhakta. You come and ask for being a karma yogi. You come and ask for being a jnani. I will then take you. Later when you study Gita, I'll tell you, there are at least 25 slokas where Bhagavan says, I will lift you from the ocean of samsara. I will lift you from this problem-ridden world and take you to the greatest peace. Bhagavan promises, not once, but n number of times in Bhagavad Gita. My dear, you are Aditya or Dhruv? What is your name? There are two names coming up. Okay. So, Bhagavan is taking responsibility provided we are willing to surrender. Our ego is making us even arrogant with Bhagavan. We don't want to listen to Bhagavan. I put on mute. And that is the reason that Bhagavan himself is very careful. If I give something, they may even overrun me. They will overrule me and go according to them. Bhagavan is very careful. He says, you come forward in the right way. I will definitely help you. I'll tell a small story. You'll understand this. Okay. There was a milkman who was milking from cows. Okay. And then he was tired of milking and distributing milk to the villagers and other people. And so he was tired and saying, Bhagavan, I am not able to make much money. You do me a favor. So he went on deep prayer to Bhagavan. And then Bhagavan appeared. Because Bhagavan also milkman. Krishna Paramatma, right? The milkman during his earlier days, he also appeared. Milkman is ready to help everybody. He came. Then he asked this Bhakta, what do you want? So Bhagavan, the milkman asked Bhagavan, you see, I'm very tired milking every time and distributing. So do something to me so that I get always copious supply of milk so that I can keep on distributing to people and be, rich and happy. So Bhagavan said, fine, I'm happy with you, my dear Bhakta, my dear friend. Here it is. He did like this, Jimboomba. He did. And then one lake of milk, pure milk, thick milk, 100%, like 22 karat gold, no? 22 karat milk was created for this milkman. So very happy, Krishna Paramatma went away, and then this fellow took a big, utensil or whatever, what a big container, and took the milk and he was going to distribute. Halfway he stopped. He came back to that milk lake of milk. And then he said, Bhagavan, please come, please come, please come. Bhagavan was saying, he came. Then he asked, you wanted milk, I gave you. What else you want? Then what the milkman said, Bhagavan, we have the habit of mixing water with milk. See, we don't give milk as it is. So we always mix water with milk. So please do one thing. Also give me enough amount of water so that I can mix that milk with water and distribute. You got the story. So what this person used to do, he used to have some 5 liters of milk, he used to make it 10 liters and distribute. Similarly, even though Bhagavan gave infinite amount of pure milk, which will never end, he can distribute pure milk to thousands of people, make a lot of money. Even then, the innate nature, the ego, independent thinking, asked for what? What did he ask? You answer, what did he ask Bhagavan? He asked for water. So Bhagavan has given pure milk. This person is asking for water to mix and give. So please understand, unless we have the sincerity, dedication to Bhagavan and accept what he is giving. Look at this case. He used to mix water because the limited milk was coming from the cow. Even unlimited milk is coming. Even then he is asking for water. You understood the import of the story? So human beings are having both challenges, problems, not going towards God because of this term called ego. Unless you drop that, empty your mind, surrender to the feet of Guru, totally implicitly accept what the Guru says, what Shastras say, what Bhagavan says, there is no way Bhagavan is going to help you by converting. Automatic conversion doesn't happen. You have to convert based on our Shastras, what Bhagavan is saying. Now, can you answer in your own words? Did you get the answer? Unmute.
So God will not make us like sincere, devoted, make us bhaktis, yogis because of our ego. He doesn't want us to reject it, so he will only give it to us if we ask with sincere devotion and ask for it.
Correct. And actually, you know what? God can give you anything. If you ask for money, he'll give. Position he'll give. Power he'll give. Health he'll give. He'll give anything you ask for, provided sincerity is there. But if you ask for the ultimate called moksha or jnana, he'll give that also. Moksha 𝐈𝐻𝐸𝐻 janardana is a wonderful sloka. Hopefully you'll start thinking on these lines. You need to think. We need to think. Answers will come. Clear? Are you convinced with the answer or not? I want to be convinced. Yes. Convinced?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Hari Om.
Okay.
Correct. Ravana is an example. Very good. So anybody else? You're clear? Okay, Lataji, you don't know much time. Please go ahead.
Namaskaram, Guruji.
So
this question came from our last session when we did the Sarvopanishado Gavo. So I've been thinking that, what was so special or what was a unique feature about Arjuna that he became the Partho Vatsa. So when there are so many, even Kunti is great, the amount of troubles and tribulations she went through. I want to know among all the good people, what is unique about Arjuna that he got the first Gita Amrita?
Oh, you are fast forwarding to 2:11 already. In second chapter, 11th sloka that's going to come. Before that, Arjuna is going to surrender to Bhagavan and say, Shishyasteham shadhimam tvam prapannam. Multiple interpretations are there. Good question. This question asked many people. The first answer that is given is only after Lord, even Arjuna didn't surrender to Krishna immediately. He has got own logic. Why he should run away from the battlefield and do all sorts of things. Correct? You read the Gita properly in the beginning. So even Arjuna had his ego that he was the answer to his problem, right? Finally, when he was totally helpless, he surrendered to Bhagavan and said, as say in Tamil, Niye Gadi, Adi Mulame. Like that, he surrendered, prostrated to Bhagavan and said, Shishyaste aham, I am your disciple. Unless the word comes from a Shishya, that you are my guru, please teach me and lift me from the morass of samsara and take me to moksha, a guru is not supposed to teach. Actually, Shastram. Here now my Swamiji has told, okay, leave all that now. Today, Kali Yugam, so make some adjustment and teach. So it says, na purishtah kasyachid bruyat, nacha anyayena cha prishtataha, janannapicha medhavi, jadaval lokamachare. Wonderful sloka is there. It says, see, unless asked for, unless questioned, unless earnest desire is there on the part of the student to learn, a knowledgeable person should not even open the mouth. Apurishtaha na kasyachit bruyat. Never ever open the mouth. This is for a jnani. Don't open the mouth unless you are asked. That too what? Na anyayena cha prishtataha. Some people come and say, you tell something, sir, you know. Let me hear something without any shraddha, no bhakti, they will say. Please don't speak there. Shastras say. Then what is the message for the jnani? Janannapicha medhavi. Person may know everything, all the shastras. Jadavati lokamachare. Like jadam. As if don't just keep silently observing. So when a jnani is silent in public, it means that nobody is interested in shastras. So the fact is, none of the people, either the Panchapandava, other people, or Kunti wanted only Bhagavan to be problem solver. Artha bhakta, arthati bhakta. So you treat Bhagavan as a person who's problem solver, wealth giver, my health, my wealth, my son to get married, my grandson. Bhagavan will give all that. Bhagavan solved all Kunti's problems. Kunti didn't ask for jnanam. None of the Pandavas asked for jnanam. And Arjuna asked for the ultimate solution, so he got. First, second thing is, if you go to Puranas and Itihasas, Arjuna and Krishna are actually not two different individuals. They're called Nara and Narayana. You have to go to Narasimha Avatara to understand. One day, if I have time, I'll explain to the entire Purana there. So there are two aspects of the same individual, and so they are not different. And that's why if you see in the entire Mahabharata, or the Panchapandavas and Krishna, they're like bosom friends. It seems they are almost same height, same age, same gatram. Both their arms, ajanu bahun, their hands used to go below the mutti. That is the kind of gait they had, power, everything was very similar. And very good friends. If you read Mahabharata in Sanskrit, you will know how much they have enjoyed their companionship so much. Even during that period, you should ask the question, more qualify the question. Why did Bhagavan not tell Gita earlier? They're walking in the, going for a walk, going by the river. He didn't tell that, right?
Yeah, they had so many other difficult times where he could have said.
So when finally the helpless state comes, the total helplessness, that only I want the final solution. Enough of this problem, enough of bandage, enough of Nama Sankirtanam, enough of Japam, enough of Dhyanam. I want Jnanam. When you ask for the Jnanam only, Guru will come, Vedanta Shastra will come, Bhagavad Gita will come. You learn it systematically. It's a lesson for all of us. If you're okay with band-aid solutions, be happy. If you want permanent solution, that is required. That's when the time will come. And you know when the time comes. Answer is clear?
Yes.
Clear?
Yes.
So you should recognize that time is now or never. It's like now or never.
Yes.
They say. Okay?
Speak with earnestness. Hari Om.
Okay. Right. Okay. Are we done? Anybody else? We are done, Lakshmi? Okay. One more young friend. Anag. Unmute.
Okay. Namaskaram, Guruji. First of all, my name is Amog. First of all, I wanted to say this class is very eye-opening. It was wonderful. Okay. So I had one question based on whatever you said about the when you ask God, He will give you. How does karma play a role in this? How does it affect what difficulties you go through? How does it affect it?
Okay, very good question. By the way, your name is Anag, right?
It's Amog.
Amog. You put Anag, A-N-A-G-H. Put.
Yeah. We are using my brother's user, but he will.
Okay.
He will join us shortly in the next class.
I was just thinking whether you know the meaning of the word Anag. Your mother is around? Your mother is around? Your mother?
Yes. Yes. Namaskaram.
You know the meaning of the word Anag?
Yes, I do. Yes.
What does it mean?
Sinless.
Correct. Very good. And the word Anag is used by Bhagavan in Gita. Hey Anagha. He calls Arjuna as Hey Anagha. Very nice name. Very rare name. So I was very interested to know whether your name is Anag and Amog. All ringing words. Amog, Anag. Very nice. Very nice. Very all Sanskrit words. Very nice. Good. So coming to the point. Very good. Coming to the point.
This is
see the question. Okay, put on mute. I'll tell you. See, and the question should be further expanded to the real concept of fate and free will. Some people say everything is fatalistic. So what should I do? Everything happens as per karma. So I will just do what I need to do. Things will happen if they're bound to happen, right? There's one theory, right? That is called, fatalistic. Some people say free will. So I will achieve everything in my life. I do myself. I can do everything myself. I alone can be the cause and the end, the means, everything, correct? So there are two schools. That is one big theory that is running around. That's one thing. Second thing is, if God's grace is there and God is able to bless us with everything, where is his karma theory fitting in? Correct? That's the question, right? The karma, everybody is talking about karmic theory, karmic cycle. So karma theory fit in. Okay, now the karma, and let me tell you, karma and fate are one and the same. Please write down if you want. Have pen and paper. I'm asked the question, you should be students to make notes. Okay. The karma that you undergo in this life, or fate, people say, they look at your horoscope and say, this is the fate, this Shani is there, Rahu is there, Ketu is there, Surya Bhagavan is there. All that is nothing but your previous karma that is being presented in this life as what is called as prarabdha karma. Prarabdha karma means prakarshena arhavate iti prarabdha. That small grain of karma from the sacks of karma that is there, from sanchita karma that is taken, and that which is in the process of fructification, it's called the operative karma. The operative karma is only one small grain from the sack of grains of millions of karmas we have done. It's called prarabdha karma. That is what you are facing in this life. Clear? Fundamental point to understand. That means what? There are millions and billions of karma already waiting for you to experience. They could be good, they could be bad, but you have to experience by undergoing and taking human body. That's when all human body is some other form. To undergo that particular punya papam, you have to undergo different types of existence. Correct? These are Hindu philosophy, and very nice philosophy, very, very apt philosophy. Anyway, some other day we'll discuss detail. Coming to the point, now grace of Bhagavan can definitely change everything, provided you are able to be on the path till you succeed. Now, do you know how much of karma that you are, anybody, not you mean don't personalize, does anybody know how much of karma is there for me to extinguish before whatever I am asking for is supposed to happen? Do we know that? Do you know that? Here's like an example I'll give you. Suppose you go to an old building. There is one nail that is hit on the wall. Okay. Just by looking at the nail, can you say how much effort is required to remove the nail from the wall? There's a hammer with the tongue on the reverse, right? When you do like this, it will come out, right? In some cases, if you do like this, it may come out. In some cases, a lot of effort is required, even then it may or may not come out, correct? So the depth of the nail in the wall, which is unseen, you don't know, right? Go to old building, you see some nail, you don't know how long the nail is, how much it is pierced through the wall. So superficially, just like you are not able to evaluate the depth of the nail in the wall, superficially today we are busy with so many other things in life. You're doing million things that we also want to get the karma quickly. We even don't know what all karma I have done in the millions of lives I undergone, correct? Without even knowing what all I have done, we want to do one japa, one sahasranama, one puja, one tirthayatra, and say everything should be solved. Bhagavan should give me what I want. Bhagavan is not giving, so Bhagavan is unfair. We start declaring all these things. Have we taken any effort to understand what is it we have done? A small nail in a wall, we cannot say without trying what does it take to remove. We are not able to understand the depth. How do we know what is the depth of karma we have done? So please understand that it is possible to win. Our Shastra is all about self-effort. Please understand, our Shastras are not fatalistic. Uddhared atmanatmanam atmanam avasadhayet. Bhagavan will say later in the Bhagavad Gita. Your self-effort is very important to succeed in it. That's what I was telling Dhruv also in the last question. Our self-effort is a determining factor, but how much it is required, you cannot say. You have to keep on the path. The greatest example is our Vishwamitra Rishi. It's called Kaushika Maharaja, correct? You know the story of Vishwamitra? The same Janma, he wanted to be called Brahma Rishi. Correct? In Tamil, we say Vasishthar Vala Brahma Rishi. We say, no? Like that, he wanted to get the title Brahma Rishi from Vasishthar Maharishi. So what did he do? The kind of penance he did, unparalleled. They say, some say 3,000, some say 10,000. And say, first 1,000 years, he took only 1 drop of water. Next 1,000 years, he took only leaf. Next 1,000 only air. And it tapas. And tapas also was interrupted so many times. Indra is very scared when somebody does tapas, because they will come to Indra Padavi. So much was, other people are sent to disturb his tapas. He continued on the path. So Vishwamitra, the great, and he's the founder of the Gayatri Mantra. See what great benevolence he had, right? So you have to dedicate yourself for any cause. You want to be the CEO of Google, like Sundar Pichai, you have to work hard for that. No? Similarly, you want to achieve the excellence of spirituality, you have to work hard for that. Unless you start working and start listening to your own, then when you go deep into tapas and penance, then you'll understand so many truths. It's a great sages when you do tapas, they understand what happened in the previous life. All that will come. That is secondary. But you have to take this as something important and give it due importance. It doesn't come for free, right? As I say in US, right? There's no free lunch, right? US. There's no free in spirituality. You have to put the effort. But Bhagavan is there. They say, no, you keep 1 step, Bhagavan will keep 10 steps. We have not even kept half a step. We want Bhagavan to keep 100 steps. How is it possible? What have we done for Bhagavan? And Bhagavan doesn't want all these things. Please understand. We think Bhagavan, I have done Bhagavan. Bhagavan says, you use me as the instrument to achieve the ultimate goal, which is moksha. You come to me. I will take you inside me. Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tatomam tattvato jnatva vishate tadanantaram. You will come and join me if you know bhakti and jnana properly. So please understand, you can go on and on, but the fact is that we have to put the effort and Bhagavan will help. You got the answer? Can you restate the answer? Unmute. 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 No, you're once again muted. Tell me.
Yes. You said that it takes effort and tapas and self-effort from our side in order to gain more spiritual knowledge and exhaust our karmas.
Correct. So please understand, put it on mute. So another sloka I'll tell you. Note down if you can. Later you listen to YouTube and you should start learning some slokas. Yatha ekena chakrena ratham yasyana gatir bhavet. Evam purushakaryena vina daivam na siddhyati. So what it says is that Yatha ekena chakrena, just like a chariot cannot go on one wheel, correct? You've got a chariot. Any car, it cannot go on, it needs 2 wheels, right? Similarly, just like a chariot cannot move forward in one wheel. Yatha ekena chakrena ratham yasya na gatir bhavet. It cannot move forward. It requires 2 wheels. Similarly, to succeed in anything that you do, whether it's academic, whether it is official, in family, in spirituality, religion, 2 things are required. One is self-effort. Evam purushakaryena. Only with purushakarya, only with self-effort, you cannot get success. Vina daivam na siddhyati. Without God's grace, you won't succeed. So like 2 wheels of a chariot, you put your effort, Bhagavan says, there will be testing periods. Your karmic cycle, as they say, will test you. The world is the biggest teacher. It depends on how much earnestness you got to succeed. And that defines success. Bhagavan is always there. And you know the English saying, right? God helps those who help themselves. That's not a wrong saying. It's a very valid saying. God helps those who help themselves. Okay? Kaschid dhiraha. Become the dhira, the brave person who can swim against the current. The world is going one direction. You take the right path and you will succeed. Okay? Clear, no? Amog and Anag. Okay. Anything else? We are done? Sumanji, yes.
Namaskar, Guruji. Please add one more class to this session, this Wednesday.
We'll take a poll. We will take a poll. How many are going to come? Let's see. Okay? Definitely. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for feedback. Namaste. So we are done? We are done now, okay? Lakshji, we are done? Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Hari Om Tat Sat Krishna 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 Shubhamastu Samasta Sanmangalam. Namaste Hari Om. We'll meet once again next Thursday.